Hey, what's up? Today we're talking about art cards in Magic the Gathering, what we like about them, what we don't like, um, what Wizards of the Coast should do to make art cards more collectible, more desirable. Um, and we're going to do that while we sort through this box of art cards that I purchased from a collection. Um, and talk about what to look for in art cards if you're a seller as well. I purchased this collection for about $10. And as you'll see, there were quite a few gold stamped cards that carried a fair amount of value. I was able to make a sale following the filming of this video that basically made up for the entire cost of purchasing the box. So let's talk about art cards. I mean, who are they for? Like, really, they're pretty cool. Like, the art in Magic the Gathering it's one of the main things that drew me in. I absolutely love the art in Magic the Gathering. Some of it's better than others, it's hit or miss. But I started playing back in, like, I think when Ice Age was the latest release, when I first started playing as a kid. Um, and there's just such good art. Like, Alpha, Beta, Unlimited, like the original art was really unique and distinct, and some of it was really clunky. And in some ways it's gotten better over the years, and in some ways it's gotten worse. But the art of the game is such an integral part of it, right? So, like, it makes sense that there's these art cards, right? They're for collectors. They ultimately are for collectors. Like, what other purpose is there? Some people use them for tokens. Like, I've used them for tokens before, but I mean, as we look at this, look at the art on that thing. That is fantastic. Wow. Just, it looks amazing, right? Like, that's super unique and super cool. Like, that omniscience right there. Whoa. Like, it's super cool. Like, I love the art on these. But, they put them in play boosters. You know, the packs that are designed for playing cards, they put cards that you can't play with, right? They put collectors cards in play boosters, and they don't have them. There's the other omniscience. So good. They don't put them in collectors boosters. Why not? Like, these should go in collectors boosters, right? But I mean, outside of collectability, they do have some gameplay applications. That's a cool one right there. For example, that card could be used as like a ninja token or something. If you have a token if you want to make your own tokens, these work really well for making your own tokens. You just grab like a Sharpie and you mark up the power toughness in the bottom. You write the name of is it a human? What's the token? Like, you might want to use some sort of like whiteout or something like that, and then write with your Sharpie on over that. I've tested a couple different things. There's some paint pens work really well, actually. It really only works for those cards that are aligned in portrait mode. The landscape mode just really doesn't work. Hey, there we go. Nice. Um, it just doesn't really work in landscape mode. If you're trying to use it as a token, it's sideways all the time, just look kind of wonky. I'm a fan of portrait mode for art cards. Like, I like them. I don't really like the horizontal ones. There isn't really a good way to put them on display. You can't put them in a binder and flip through it really well because everything's sideways. And I get it. Like, the art on the cards themselves it's usually landscape, right? Because it's a horizontally aligned rectangle near the top of the Magic the Gathering card, right? But you just zoom in on the art, right? Like, I don't want to I don't want to have to like cock my head to the side to like look at a card when it's in a binder. Um, so you know, yeah, you can use them as tokens. Not really if they're landscape, and you can't really put them on display if they're landscape. So portrait works better for that, right? Except in the situation where the art is of an actual landscape. Like, as you can see, I just flipped through one that was from Lord of the Rings, and it's like, what is that? The Shire. Um, like, sometimes it makes sense for them to be landscape, but for the most part, like, if there's a character in the art, shouldn't it be portrait? Like, I want to see the character, not like all the whole background. Anyway, but also, like, who chooses the artwork for these? Some of the time, like, most of the time it's great. Like most of the time the art is really the choice is fantastic and it's really cool. But sometimes you get like artwork for some bland, boring card. It's not necessarily a swamp, but it kind of like it's not a swamp like land card art, but it's like basically just like a dreary swamp or something like that. It's like bland and boring. It's like why choose that? Why target that for an art card? It's just not that interesting. Like why not the heroes of the story or those significant what do they call them? I can't remember the storyline artwork. Like there are some cards that feature events from the story that are really significant. It's like for sure make those, but we don't need like a bland, boring landscape. The swords look sick, by the way. So, but like what makes art cards special? I mean, the stamp, the gold stamp, I really don't think that that's cool enough. Like, I feel like these need to have like special foil treatments. The cards that you get, they just kind of have like a plain glossy finish. Like have UV spot, whatever it's called. Put do something more interesting with them. Give them a special foil treatment. Serialize them. Get them signed by the actual artists, not just like these gold stamped. That dang greater oromancy, that looks sick. Don't just get them gold stamped. Actually, have them signed and serialized, and make them more collectible. Take them out of play boosters. Put them only in collectors boosters. This is like a collector's item. They are not necessary for play. Take them out of play boosters. Like what? How is that a hard decision to make? You know. Anyway, so if you're looking to make money, as a seller or reseller, if you have a store and you usually stay away from art cards, I would suggest to not do that. like I bought this box for $10 almost immediately after listing some of these gold stamped cards. I had an order for about $10. One of the cards in the order was a gelatinous cube gold stamp signature card. It sold for about like $4.69, I believe. Um, the, there's money in them. They are collectible. People do buy them, and I believe like probably in full sets. They want to like get the whole set. I think one other way that they could make them really cool is like featuring information about the artist on the back. Making these cards more about the artists. I know that there are some creators that put a good emphasis on the artists. Jake and Joel are magic. I always hear Jake talking about like this artist. Knowing the history of that artist and some of the other art that they've created for cards. There are a lot of players and collectors out there that care about the art and the artists. So like put the artist on showcase. Showcase the artist in their work. When it comes to selecting the artwork for these, if you think about it in terms of somebody might use this as a token, somebody might use this as like a replacement card. I've seen people playing the Ristic Studies art card as a Ristic Study because the casting cost, the rules text. It doesn't cost $30. Uh, you know, and maybe that's a detriment to Wizards of the Coast. They don't want that to happen. But make the cards like interesting. Just going through these, there's so many sweet cards. The art on these are so sick. Like make them valuable with serialized and foil treatments. Make the foils more rare, the serialized obviously extremely rare. Talk about the artists on the back, artist bios, more information. Like help lift up those artists. Put their, maybe if you could put like, I don't know if it's too extreme, but like have a page on the Magic the Gathering website that talks about each of the artists, and maybe you can link to their websites, their stores or whatever, and you can have like links on the back of the card to the pages where you talk about them so that you can like You can control it, but you still are able to like lift up the artists in some way. They get paid on commission for their artwork, yes, but it's such a significant part of the game. People care about it. So I think probably just going to speed up for the rest of this. Thank you guys for listening to my rant about art cards. Let me know what you think about art cards. Like, are they lame? Is it worth improving them? Do you know anybody who collects them? So let me know in the comments what you think Wizards of the Coast should do with art cards. Should they go in collector's boosters? Should they only go in collector's boosters? Should they go in play boosters? Or would you rather have another card, another actual card in a play booster? What do you think about foil treatments? What do you think about serialized actual signatures? Information about the artist on the back. Thanks for watching. Good luck. Have fun.